So tell me a little bit about how the flu shot actually works.
Sure. So basically, including the flu vaccine and all vaccines, they kind of work as a training system for your immune response. So you're exposing your body to a little piece of the virus. In the case of the influenza vaccine, most of them are attenuated viruses in the vaccine, which means they've been altered and weakened, and usually they'll just take one little, it's called an antigen, or a piece of a protein on the viral surface that your body is able to recognize as foreign and bad, and then your body creates antibodies in response to that antigen, which is how your immune system is able to fight off the infection. So this process takes about 2 weeks to build up immunity after you've received the vaccine, for your body to build up enough antibodies that it would be able to fight off the real infection should you encounter the actual virus out in your community.
Okay. So I think one of the things that I hear a lot is like, you know, in the news sometimes it says, oh, this year's flu shot wasn't as effective or things like that. And why is that? Like, how come it sort of changes? So like, how does it work? How do they create the vaccine?
Yeah, so every year researchers have to try to make their best guess of which strains of flu they think are going to be the most prevalent that year, and those are the ones that they'll include in the vaccine. So influenza is a virus that mutates very quickly and changes, and there's lots of different types. So sometimes it's kind of hard to predict exactly which one they think is going to cause most cases of illness that year, but they make their best guess. There's different types of vaccines. There's trivalent and quadrivalent. So the trivalent vaccines have 3 different strains of influenza, 2 different strains of influenza A. There's H1N1 and H3N2, and then a strain of influenza B. And then the quadrivalent vaccine, the one that has 4 different types, just has an extra strain of the influenza B in there. So yeah, some years the vaccine is better matched to what we end up seeing in the community, and therefore more effective. There is a little bit of cross sensitivity, I guess, between the different types. So even if you receive a vaccine and that strains that are in the vaccine don't end up being the most prevalent, even if you're exposed to a different strain, you likely will still have some degree of immunity to it, and your body's able to recognize it, even if it's not as effective as if it was that exact strain.
So you still maybe wouldn't get quite as sick or something like that.
Correct, yeah. So it can lessen the severity and duration of symptoms as if you compared to if you were not vaccinated.
Okay, all right. So that is basically saying, yes, you can still get the flu even if you get the vaccine, because you may get, a different strain, but hopefully in theory your symptoms will be less because you'll still have sort of, immunity to strains that are similar to what was in the vaccine.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
You also can get the flu even if you were vaccinated, if you were exposed to the virus within that 2-week window of having got the vaccine. Right. So if you're exposed before your body has made enough antibodies to fight it off, in that case you could also come down with the flu.
Okay.
So getting vaccinated early in the season is better. They recommend to be vaccinated by the end of October. Flu season generally peaks in about December and lasts until about February, but cases range anywhere from as early October to as late as May. So it's best to be vaccinated by the beginning of the season so that if you encounter it, you already have that immunity built up.